It started with a notification from my garage security camera. Motion detected, 3:14 a.m. My hands shook as I opened the app. There she was, HOA President Linda Carmichael, in her pink velour tracksuit, rummaging through my tools. "What the hell?" I muttered. She yanked open my vintage Mustang's door, her acrylic nails scraping the paint. "Just checking for code violations," she hissed to herself, snapping photos. My chest burned. That car was my dad's last project before he died. Next morning, I stormed to the HOA office. Linda smirked behind her president plaque. "Your garage is unauthorized storage," she said, sliding a $5,000 fine across the desk. "You have 48 hours to empty it, or we'll seize the contents." Her eyes flicked to the Mustang keys hanging from my pocket. "Including that eyesore." I froze. The Mustang wasn't just a car. It had Dad's handwritten repair notes stuffed in the glove box. His voice echoed in my head. "Don't let bullies take what's yours, kid." But Linda wasn't done. She leaned closer, breath reeking of mint gum. "You're new here, Jake. Let me teach you how things work." She dropped a file on my eviction notice. "Your townhouse? We've had complaints." That night, I found fresh tire marks on my driveway, a sticky note on my door. "Last warning, HOA patrol." My security footage? Deleted. Linda had covered her tracks, but she missed one thing: the GPS tracker I'd hidden in the Mustang after Mom's ex tried stealing it. I opened the app and choked. The car wasn't in my garage. Ping. The signal moved. 2 miles away, 5, 10. I threw on shoes, following the dot to a sketchy warehouse on the edge of town. Floodlights glared. Through a broken window, I saw it. My Mustang parked beside a black Mercedes SUV. Linda stood under a flickering bulb, laughing with a guy in a leather jacket. "Scrap the Mustang tonight," she said, handing him cash. "But the Mercedes stays. My husband's gift needs to disappear before the divorce." My stomach dropped. The Mercedes had custom plates, LINDASUX. Her own husband was sabotaging her. But Linda didn't know I knew. Yet. I waited until Linda's headlights vanished before creeping toward the warehouse. The cold metal door screeched. Too loud. My pulse thudded in my ears. Inside, the Mustang's door hung open, Dad's notes scattered on the seat. "Keep it together," I whispered, grabbing the flashlight from his old toolbox. The beam shook as I swept it over the Mercedes. Glove box. Now the USB drive was tucked under a stack of parking tickets. I almost missed it until I saw the label. HOA Slush Fund, Divorce Nukes. My thumb hovered over the button. What if this gets me killed? An engine roared outside. Tires crunched gravel. I dove under the Mustang as headlights flooded the warehouse. Leather jacket guy kicked open the door, phone pressed to his ear. "Yeah, the cars are ready. Scrap the Mustang, but leave the Mercedes. Linda's paranoid, someone's onto her." He paused, laughing. "Relax. The dumbass homeowner has no clue I copied his garage code." My code, the one I'd changed last week after the break-in. Unless, my phone buzzed in my pocket. Unknown number. A text lit up the darkness. "Check your security app, now." I tapped it. Live footage showed Linda inside my house, rifling through my desk. "Looking for this, Jake?" She waved a photo of me and Dad restoring the Mustang. Her voice turned icy. "Cute. Too bad sentimental trash burns just as fast as real trash." The screen went black. Smoke alarms blared. I bolted upright, slamming my head into the Mustang's undercarriage. Leather jacket whipped around. "Who's there?" Adrenaline shot through me. I army crawled behind a stack of tires as his boots thudded closer. The USB drive dug into my palm. "Run or fight." Dad's voice growled in my head. "Never let him corner you." I hurled a wrench at a far wall. It clanged. Leather jacket spun toward the noise. "Go." I sprinted to the Mustang, jammed the key in, and floored it. The engine screamed to life. Tires screeched as I rammed through the warehouse door. Rear view mirror. Leather jacket sprinted to the Mercedes. He's chasing me. The Mustang's speedometer needle trembled at 90 miles per hour. Wind roared through the broken window. Ping. Another text. "Take exit 43. Dump car." Red truck waiting. M. Who the hell is M? I swerved onto the exit, heart slamming. The Mercedes gained ground, headlights blinding. At the bottom of the ramp, a rusty red pickup idled. Its driver waved frantically. A woman in a hoodie, face shadowed. I skidded to a stop, leaped into the truck bed. The pickup peeled out as the Mercedes careened past. Go, go, the woman yelled. We fishtailed onto a dirt road, dust swallowing us whole. Who are you? I choked out. She yanked off her hood, streaked mascara, familiar smirk. Linda's husband's girlfriend? The one from the country club tabloids. Name's Tara, she said, tossing me a burner phone. And you're holding my insurance policy against Linda. That USB has her whole empire on it. The illegal fines, the bribes, the arson. Arson? The word punched my gut. Tara's eyes met mine in the rear view. That gas leak that burned down Mr. Kowalski's house last year? Linda had him evicted. He refused to sell. The USB felt like a live grenade. Tara's voice hardened. You want to end her? We leak it together. But first, she nodded to the phone. Call your fire department. Your house isn't the only thing Linda lit up tonight. The smell of smoke hit me before we turned onto my street. Flames clawed at the night sky, devouring my townhouse. Fire trucks blocked the road, hoses blasting water into the inferno. I leaped from the truck before Tara fully stopped, sprinting toward the crowd. A firefighter grabbed me. Sir, you can't go in. My dad's toolbox, it's in the garage, I choked, ash coating my tongue. Please, it's all I have left of him. He shook his head. Structure's unstable. We're containing it, but a window exploded. Heat slapped my face. Behind me, Tara's voice cut through the chaos. Linda's here. I turned. Linda stood across the street, arms crossed, smirking at the blaze. Our eyes locked. She mouthed, oops, and walked away. Rage blurred my vision. I lunged, but Tara yanked me back. Not here, she hissed. You attack her now. She'll own you. We do this smart. She dragged me to a diner parking lot. The USB drive sat between us on the sticky table. Tara stabbed a straw into her soda. Linda didn't just burn your house, she framed you. Cops will be at your door by dawn, saying you rigged the gas line for insurance money. What? She's done it before. Tara slid a news article across the table. Local man arrested for arson after HOA dispute. The photo showed a charred house, same layout as mine. He refused to pay her security fees. Now he's in prison, and Linda bought his lot for pennies. My hands trembled. Dad's toolbox was ash. My car was gone. My name was next on Linda's hit list. Tara leaned in. You want to survive? We leaked the USB tonight, but it's got to go viral. News stations, Reddit, everywhere. Once the world sees it, she can't bury it. And her husband? The Mercedes. He's a pawn, thinks I'm in love with him. Tara's laugh was bitter. Men like him are easy. A few tears about how Linda bullies him, and he hands over all her secrets. She tapped the USB. This? He gave it to me for safekeeping. Idiot. I stared at the drive. Why help me? Her smirk faded. My sister was Mr. Kowalski's daughter. Linda's fire killed her dad, and her will to live. Tara's voice cracked. She jumped off a bridge last summer, left a note blaming me for not stopping Linda. The diner's fluorescent lights buzzed. I slid the USB back to her. Leak it. We posted the files at 3 a.m. By sunrise, number HOAKAREN was trending. News vans swarmed Linda's mansion, but at 7:23 a.m., my phone rang. Blocked number. Jake. Linda's voice was eerily calm. You think you've won? I own the cops, the mayor, the judges. That USB proves nothing. But you know what's real? A photo popped up on my screen. Me shoving Tara's burner phone into my pocket outside the warehouse. Conspiracy to commit fraud. Tampering with evidence. You'll rot in prison before I do. The call died. My knees buckled. Tara cursed, scrolling through her phone. She's countering with fake texts between you and me. Says we planned the arson to extort her. So now what? Tara stood, slamming cash on the table. Now we stop playing defense. She tossed me car keys. Meet me at the scrapyard in an hour. Bring a crowbar. The scrapyard reeked of rust and gasoline. Tara's red truck idled outside the chain-link fence. As I gripped the crowbar, my palms slick. "This where she dumps the bodies?" I whispered. Tara didn't answer. She clipped the fence with bolt cutters, her hands steady. "Stay close, and don't touch anything." We crept past mountains of crushed cars, their jagged edges gleaming under the moonlight. A rat scuttled over my boot. I flinched, biting back a curse. Tara froze, pointing at a shipping container ahead. Faint scratches echoed from inside. Human scratches. "Maddie?" Tara pressed her ear to the metal. "Maddie, it's me." A weak sob answered. "Tara?" My stomach twisted. Tara fumbled with the padlock, her tough girl act crumbling. "She's alive," she breathed. 2 years. Linda told me she was dead." The lock snapped open. The door creaked, revealing a gaunt woman chained to a radiator, her face bruised but unmistakably Tara's sister. Maddie lunged into Tara's arms, sobbing. She made me write the note. Said she'd kill you if I didn't." Tara rocked her, tears cutting through her eyeliner. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." I stood guard, crowbar raised, but the guilt hit harder than any thug. This is my fault. If I'd never confronted Linda, Tara's sister might have stayed hidden. Safe. An engine growled in the distance. Headlights swept the yard. "They're here," Maddie whimpered. "Linda's guys. They come every night to check." Tara shoved a key into my hand. "Get her to the truck. Now." "What about you?" She grabbed a tire iron from the floor, eyes blazing. "I'm ending this." I hauled Maddie toward the fence, her legs wobbling. Behind us, tires screeched, voices shouted. A gunshot cracked the air. "Run!" Tara screamed. We dove behind a stack of engines as 2 SUVs skidded into the yard. Leather Jacket and 3 others jumped out, bats in hand. "Come out, little roaches," he taunted. "Linda wants to chat." Tara lunged from the shadows, smashing a taillight. Glass exploded. A goon swung at her. She ducked, driving the tire iron into his knee. Crack. He howled. "Go!" I urged Maddie, pushing her toward the fence. She crawled through, sobbing. I turned back to help Tara, but a hand yanked my collar. Leather Jacket slammed me against a car hood. Crowbar clattering away. "You're dead, homeowner." His breath reeked of whiskey. Tara charged, but a goon grabbed her hair. "Let him go," she spat. "Or what?" Leather Jacket pressed a knife to my throat. "You'll cry?" An engine roared. Headlights blinded us. The black Mercedes plowed through the yard, sending goons scattering. It skidded to a halt, and Linda's husband stumbled out, drunk and wild-eyed. "Where's my wife?" Leather Jacket laughed. "Sleeping with the mayor, like always." Boom! The punch came out of nowhere. Linda's husband swung a tire iron at Leather Jacket's head, missing but scattering the thugs. "You think I don't know?" he slurred. "You're all her pets." Chaos erupted. Tara headbutted her captor. I kneed Leather Jacket in the gut, grabbing my crowbar. Sirens wailed in the distance. "Cops!" someone yelled. Linda's husband froze, panic sobering him. He looked at me, then at Tara, and tossed a flash drive into the dirt. "Tell the press. Tell them everything." Tara snatched it. "What's this?" "The real files," he panted. "Bank accounts, murders. She's got a judge's kid locked up too." Tires screeched. A familiar pink SUV raced toward us. Linda. "Go!" Tara shoved me toward the fence. "Take Maddie. I'll hold her off." "No, we leave together." "Go, Jake, or her next victim's your mom." The words punched me. Maddie screamed my name from the truck. I ran, Linda's screams chasing me. "You'll burn for this, Jake. You hear me? Burn." Maddie floored the truck toward the coordinates on the flash drive, an abandoned HOA storage facility on the outskirts of town. The clock glared 5:47 a.m. Dawn painted the sky blood red. "Bulldozers arrive at 6, I muttered, white-knuckling the door. "We're too late." We're not. Maddie swerved onto a dirt road, her gaunt face hardened. "Linda chained me in that container for 2 years. I won't let her kill another kid." The GPS beeped. Ahead, a bulldozer revved its engine beside a rusted shipping container. 2 workers smoked nearby. "No cops," I noted. "Linda must have paid them off." Maddie parked behind a dumpster. Distract them. I'll get the girl. With what? She tossed me a road flare from the glove box. Improvise. I sprinted toward the bulldozer, flare hissing to life. Hey, the cops are coming! I waved the fiery stick like a maniac. Run! The workers dropped their cigarettes. What the? Crash. Maddie smashed a crowbar into the container's lock. The door screeched open, revealing a teen girl duct taped to a chair. Police chief's daughter. Her eyes bulged with hope. Go! Go! I yelled, hurling the flare at the bulldozer. It bounced off the windshield, scattering embers. The driver leaped out, cussing. Maddie freed the girl just as the bulldozer lurched forward, blades slamming into the container. Metal screamed. We dove into the dirt as the structure crumpled. This way! I dragged them toward the truck. Tires screeched behind us. Linda's pink SUV skidded into the lot, flanked by cop cars. Freeze! Police Chief Bolton stepped out, gun trembling. His daughter sobbed. Daddy, help me! His face crumpled. Maddie, I didn't know she was alive. Linda said, she said. Linda emerged smirking. Oh, family reunion. She aimed a taser at the chief. Arrest these trespassers, or your kid goes back in the box. Bolton's jaw twitched. He raised his gun. At us. I'm sorry. Maddie stepped forward, shielding the girl. Don't. Please, you're better than this. A tear slid down his cheek. The gun wavered. Linda rolled her eyes. Ugh, men. She fired the taser at Bolton. He collapsed, convulsing. Linda grabbed his radio. All units, officer down. Suspects armed and dangerous. She grinned at us. You've got 5 minutes before SWAT shreds you. We bolted. Maddie's truck peeled out as bullets pinged the tailgate. The chief's daughter hyperventilated in the back. My dad, is he? Alive, I said. But Linda's framing us for his murder now. Tara's burner phone buzzed. Unknown number. Check USB folder 23. Burner phone taped under Main Street Bridge. Hurry. Maddie paled. That's Tara's code. She's alive. Under the bridge, we found the phone duct taped to a pillar. A video message played. Tara, bloodied but alive, crouched in a dark room. Jake, Linda's laundering money through the mayor. Folder 23 proves it, but the mayor's on to her. He's got a hitman at her mansion right now. She coughed, wincing. If Linda dies, the evidence dies with her. We need her alive. Go. The screen cut to live security footage. Linda's mansion. A shadowy figure crept through her garden, sniper rifle glinting. Maddie slammed the gas. We're the only ones who can save her. Why would we? I snapped. Because if Linda dies, the chief's daughter whispered, my dad takes the fall, and the mayor wins. The truck raced toward the lion's den. We crashed through Linda's gates as the sniper's bullet shattered her bedroom window. She sprinted across the lawn in silk pajamas, dodging gunfire. Maddie slammed the truck into the hitman's van, pinning him against a fountain. Get in! I yelled at Linda, throwing open the passenger door. She froze, mascara streaking her face. You're saving me. No, I said. We're saving the evidence. A bullet pinged the hood. Linda dove inside. The hitman scrambled free, raising his rifle. Bang! He dropped. Tara limped from the bushes, smoking pistol in hand. Told you I'd handle it. Linda gaped. You're supposed to be dead. Tara grinned. You first. We barricaded in the mansion's panic room as police helicopters circled. Linda huddled in a corner, clutching the USB drive like a rosary. The mayor, he's my father. This was all his idea. The HOA, the scams, the coup. I just wanted him to notice me. Maddie snorted. Boo-hoo! Start talking, or I give Tara the gun. Linda sang like a canary. Names, dates, offshore accounts. We streamed it all live on Reddit. By noon, SWAT raided the mayor's office. News choppers filmed him screaming as agents dragged him away. The police chief, cleared by the footage of Linda tasing him, led the raid on the HOA headquarters. But Linda, she vanished during the chaos. All that remained was her pink tracksuit in a dumpster, and her Mercedes, abandoned at the scrapyard with a final USB taped to the wheel. For Jake, the note read. Inside, blueprints for Dad's Mustang, fully restored. Your garage code's still 0419, your dad's birthday. Keep the car, I'm keeping the cash. LC, the town rebuilt. Tara and Maddie opened a PI firm to take down corrupt HOAs. The chief's daughter started a podcast that went viral. And me, I restored the Mustang. Sometimes at 3 a.m., I'll rev the engine past Linda's old mansion, now a community garden, and imagine her hearing it. Never let him corner you, kid. Dad would have been proud. Like and subscribe if you'd make Linda regret crossing you